This is, let's say, chapter 3, even though it's really just the third time recording. There are actual chapters in this game, so I probably shouldn't call it that. But, you know, who's going to stop me, right? So for this next fight, like I said, I'm going to be, in the last one I said I'm going to be using whoever's the weakest, which Morris moved up to level 2. Mayfield is level 1 with 76 experience. Kenji is 64 experience, so he's the lowest. Kay is actually still my weakest of the females, so she will be in this fight. This is Mandalia Plains, and if you didn't watch the last one, I did skip the passing of Balbanes, who is Ramza's father, and, you know, it's sad, so just gotta skip it. You can watch on your own. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. So I don't love using 2 chemists, but I'm just creating my own rules to make the game a little more challenging. So that's what I'm doing. In reality, I actually definitely had an opportunity to change them to squires, but I did not. So we're already into the thick of things. So in this fight, you're seeing Algus getting beat up by a bunch of, well, I would say a bunch of thieves, but in reality, that's 1 thief and 4 squires, and for some reason, a cat. And you have the option to say our duty is destroy Death Corpse or saving him is our priority. Either way, you get a boost in Brave. So I like to say our duty is to destroy the Death Corp because that changes how the battle goes. If Algus gets defeated, then it's over. So sometimes that's out of your hands, so I don't like that option. I think it's a difference of like 5 Brave boost versus 10, but again, I don't like the option of, oh, guess what? You lost. You know what? I said you get the Brave boosts, but maybe only Deleted does because he is like, I'll save him, but it doesn't change what you're doing. So I think it does, though. I think everyone gets the Brave boost. We shall see. And I guess I haven't really talked about Brave. So Brave, the most important thing Brave does is it impacts your counterattack. So for example, this guy has a Brave of 15. There are other uses of Brave, but for example, if you have a Brave of 72, then there is a 72% chance your counter will be used. I think they decided to counterweight it and make it so if, like, the move find item skill, this is kind of complicated, but basically, yeah, okay, so normally Ramza would have 70 Brave, he has 80, so everyone did get a piece of that. So I'm going to have Ramza come forward. Oh, I could use Black Magic, but I'm not going to. Man, I should, yeah, I'm going to use Black Magic because that's going to kill this guy, 36, and almost kill this guy. So that's, yeah, I got to go for that. Normally I would use Yell and make myself faster, but yeah, I'm going to kill some dudes instead. So ideally she would be close enough to throw a potion, but she is not. So she will get a chance though because she moved and did not act. So that gives her the speed boost over Algus because, actually no, Algus didn't move either because he could not. He was quite hemmed in. So because I killed a guy, I got double experience, making me level 2. Algus is playing it safe / throwing a stone. I didn't really finish the Brave talk, but it'll come up again in future videos because Brave is pretty good feature. But anyways, throwing stones, it's going to tell you a number, but there's a 50-50 shot that it'll be half of that number. So I'm going to give him a potion. He's missing 28 health. Now he is fully maxed out. And that guy got something to do because a lot of times, like, these guys that aren't good fighters and they don't move well, they don't get a lot of chance to do anything. So it says 6 HP. It's going to either do 3 or 6. Did 6, so now he's dead. And I shouldn't have moved quite that close because now the thief is going to be able to attack K. And in reality, you got to kind of be okay with that because that gives other people a chance to surround him. Normally, thieves are faster, but this early in the game, everyone has effectively the same speed. Everyone has a speed of 6 right now. And it's pretty tempting just to, like, blast them with lightning again. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. No, let me see the speed of the. Okay, so if you see MP6 turn 2, that means it's gonna go not next, but second. So whoever Rouse is gonna go. I think that's the kitty cat in the corner. So yeah, I'm gonna just kick butt, and it won't kill that guy or that guy, but they'll both be really close. So Rouse the kitty cat. It's good. It's a good name for a kitty cat, because people will be like, "What is your cat's name? Ross?" And be like, "No, Rouse." That's plenty of reason to like a cat name, isn't it? So I'm going to blast those two guys. And as I mentioned earlier, faith is the biggest factor in how much damage magic will do. Algus, because he's a guest, he's got basically a computer built in to know who he can kill with his action. So I'm assuming he wasn't able to kill the thief. That's why he went over and went straight for that one. As a human, that you're listening to, I know that I will have to look at the numbers because there's different factors and stuff like that, including strength and compatibility. So the reason I chose to dash instead of attack is dash is 100% going to hit, and it also means he will not get countered because he could easily get countered to death by Rouse the kitty cat. And I can't exactly hide from him, so I'm just hoping that between Delita and Ramza, they will pin that guy in. This thief would not counterattack, but he also has a 25% chance of dodging, so that's why I stood still and did that. Okay, Delita is going for the kill on this squire. So that probably means Kenji, my male chemist, is going to die. And I'm not concerned she's going to die because Algus will kill that guy before anything goes down. And Rouse, the kitty cat, is next. I'm going to stab him, hopefully do enough damage that he runs away. Yeah, okay, he will. And as far as running away is concerned, as you can see, there's one opponent that is down to a knee, which is Rouse, the kitty cat, and he's going to run away. He'll do an attack and then run. But with this thief, he is still standing. He's close to critical. He's got 18 out of 45 health. Any more damage, and he's going to basically be critical. If he was, that would have changed what Rouse the kitty cat did. So I'm going to do this dash, and that will be enough that he's going to be critical. So now everyone that's on a knee is in like desperation mode, and they will go for the kill after anyone they can. So Algus is definitely going to kill this guy. He's going to level up because of it. Algus is he's not my favorite. I'm not. That's all I'm going to say. So it's kind of like you don't want him to get the level up, but whatever. Delita is your best friend, so you want him to get the level up. And in this case, he did not. He got 19 experience points. And then everyone's like, "Hey, you all right, dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, barely." Whatever. I think you're at full health. Don't say barely. Little psycho. Anyways, Algus is saying that he is trying to save Marquis Elmdor, and we will learn a little more about him. And that battle went pretty well. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about using two chemists. That was avoidable, but I did not take the actions to prevent that. Algus is claiming he's a knight, and they're like, "What do you mean knight?" He goes, "I'm a cadet." But again, cadets apparently can just free range and do whatever they want. I mean, they do reference the fact that they're told to stay at the castle later on in this chapter, for example, and they're like, well, let's just leave. So in reality, I guess they're being rambunctious and not listening. And Algus is begging for help because if you're a speed reader, you know this, or if you've played the game enough, you know this. Algus is begging for help because he says, "Hi, I'm Ramza Beolv," and it's like, Beolv? And that's like a big name in the kingdom. They are the knights that run Egros Castle, or Igros. I don't know. I hope it's Egros, but I don't really know. So that battle, I got some chemist points, but doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be using those right now. I mentioned in the last one about inheriting crystals because, like, I do need to learn Potion and Phoenix Down. But anyone I kill and pick up their crystal, there's a good chance I will learn those for free instead of like, it's like finding money versus withdrawing it from your bank account. So Kenji is now level 85. Mayfield's going to get next turn. And Kay has 79 experience points, which means Judy gets the next turn out of the ladies. I guess it's important, though, that she knows Phoenix Down because any chemist worth her. Wow, all my females have bad faith. None of these are good casters. Kenji will make a good caster, and so will Mayfield. There's not much upside to having low brave. So typically when someone does have high brave, though, you want them to be a fighter. Sharon, I think people use the term Karen instead of Sharon, but Sharon's being a real Sharon with low brave and low faith. The upside to low faith, though, is if you are a fighter and you don't use magic, at least you are less impacted by magic. I'm actually going to go ahead and change him to a chemist because that's not, like, basically chemist is the magic path, and I don't want Mayfield becoming a brawler. And I really just need to touch up on what these guys are going to be learning, which is nothing in this case and nothing in this case too. So just a future recap. I guess that's a thing because I'm going to stop here and then pick up on the next one. You go to Igro's castle and your brother's like, hey, you did a great job. And you're like, thanks. And then Algus is like, hey, wait, can I get 50 troops to save the marquee? And Dystarg, your brother, like a baller, just doesn't acknowledge him and goes back to talking to Ramza. Yeah, and then basically Algus will interrupt him again, and Dystarg says, think of your rank. And he's like, oh, okay. And then they're leaving the castle. And as they're leaving the castle, he's just being downtrodden, like, oh, I can't believe you would say rank. And it's like, whatever, dude, you know what the deal is. And while they're leaving the castle, by the way, it's while they were supposed to be guarding the castle. It's them just deciding, like a couple of 13-year-olds, they're going to go stir up some trouble. And in this case, it's saving Marquis Almdor. Anyways, that's where I will pick up right after that. I don't need to show you all that. So we'll pick up there. Thanks, guys.